again, once more, broadcasting from Dream Guitars in North Carolina, a place I love to be, surrounded by beautiful instruments. That was the Lea Rig, beautiful Robert Burns love song, very unusual Scottish song in that nobody dies, and it's not miserable. It's an actual love song with two people in love with each other. This is just unheard of in Scottish song. But Burns' output was so utterly enormous, he managed to find one happy love song. And as soon as I heard the melody, I thought that really needs to be played on guitar, just as an instrumental. So let me tease out the melody itself. This is an important consideration. So that's the first half of the song. I've devoted quite a lot of my career to teaching, and I find students always very willing to dive in head first to a finished sheet of music or tablature, usually tablature these days. And sometimes I think that's not the best approach. It's like learning the finished product is great, but learning the steps that get you there are more informative, I think. So there's the first phrase. It's worth having the melody under your fingers without any accompaniment at all, because once you add the accompaniment, the last thing you want to do is crowd out the melody. You don't want to drown it in harmonies and bass lines and syncopations and all sorts of flourishes. So have that. I would encourage you to Google the words. It's very beautiful, old Scottish dialect. And be prepared to have to move to accommodate the accompaniment. Like, there's the easiest way to play the first phrase. That isn't how I play it. I play it here. Because of the accompaniment, I start. It sets the thing up really nicely. So you're playing the 5 chord, the A. But the melody note, that F sharp, turns it into a sus6. Beautifully to that D. But what I'm getting at is let the accompaniment sit underneath the melody. You have to remember at all times, what is the star of the show, and it's that. That's another D shape. And before it, There you're suggesting an F sharp minor, the 3 minor. It's only a 3-note chord. Actually, it's only a 2-note chord. That's an octave. That shape I use very frequently in these arrangements. It's a B minor. Take the octave down a whole step. Get rid of the 5th. B minor 7, a very compact, accessible and movable B minor. There's a C sharp minor 7. So again, it's useful to have a repertoire of these chord shapes to even just play scales. To be able to harmonize these melodies very quickly. Melody note is an F sharp, but underneath is a G chord, so that gives us a ready-made G major 7. Now there, I play the melody note as a harmonic, which is something I love to do. I've always loved harmonics. From the first time I saw them played, I ran off home and investigated. Love it. So, the beauty of that is it's still going. I stopped in the middle of the phrase and you can still hear that D is still ringing. Which means, excuse me, it means it will contribute to whatever chord comes after, which is a lovely thing. That kind of notion, I love doing stuff like that. Arrangements where you play a harmonic and then let it ring through the next chord, and it will contribute to the next chord, and it will change the voice of the next chord. So we're going to do more of that in the second half. So that's just one little taster. Instead of shooting up here to play that melody note. Now the second part, we move up to G. Now there, the melody's very simple. Now that gets a bit of a stretch. So I move the bass line. That's quite cute. You go from the G on the bottom string to the open A and then back to the B on the bottom. And then a similar thing down here. Again, the bass. It's going from the 6th string to the 5th and back. And then I'm coming down from the B. There's the B to A to G. You get another bite of that G major 7 cherry. Then there's a recapitulation. Now when I repeat the melody in the performance, I played it twice. The second time I thought, well, how far can we push this harmonic thing? Can we get more out of it? And we can. That B note is there. So, and the G is there. So, beautiful, huh? So the trick is to play it slightly ahead of the beat. You don't want to introduce swing into, maybe you do want to introduce swing into the work of Robert Burns. You probably have a fight in your hand in certain parts of Scotland, but you do play it ahead of the beat. So the bass note is going to come on the 1. So you'll be counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Look at that again. So those harmonic lines, I'm playing the 2 harmonics there. On the 12th fret, the G and the B. And then 4th and 3rd. So. The last one is at the 7th fret. So we're going from there to there to there, And that's a kind of E minor chord. So we play an E in the bass. Remember the first time I was doing a different harmonic thing. Here, the 5th string, that B is not available because you're playing a harmonic. Alright, so you can't do it. So you come up again from the E. Try not to do that. What I did there was I stiffed the harmonic. It's an easy thing to do, so practice. So again, the harmonics. With the bass. Same as the so that's the Lea Rig by Robert Burns.